Institution of Engineering Technology of Kenya, tukiwa tunaidhinisha.
Today we are here commemorating 10 years anniversary of the Engineering Technology Act of 2016, CAP 530A, that commenced in 2016 of August. And as the Engineering Technology and Technicians of Kenya, we are happy to celebrate this, for the 10 years have been worth the bill that was passed in Parliament then. We stand here today not only celebrating but also acknowledging the founders, the people who ensured that we get this act. It wasn't easy for them, as the Jua Kali sector then, the engineers then, and there was a gap in our Kenyan economy. The engineering technologists, technicians, craftspersons and artisans who are catered for in this Engineering Technology Act are the drivers of this economy, and they're the ones that will ensure that we move forward in terms of industrialization, in terms of the vision beyond 2030 for our economy. We all see that we have a lapse in our engineering sector. Every day our building collapse. Every day we have blackouts in our country, and we are the people that are to ensure that we bridge this gap between industrialization and depreciation, to ensure that we have public safety, we have sustainability in our engineering profession. So today, as we celebrate this, I want to make an urge to the government of Kenya, as the president of Institution of Engineering Technology of Kenya. Currently, we do not have a board for our regulator, and we wish that the government do not waste any more time. Just 2 days ago, we had a building collapse in Jamhuri Estate in Nairobi, and this is to show that we are very important persons in this Kenyan economy. We request the CS, Ministry of Roads, to ensure that we get our board the soonest, for us to be able to have the standard set, the professionals work, and ensure public safety of our country. Beyond Vision 2030 is a very good vision for our country. We are in support of the President's agenda, and we are the drivers of that particular vision, because we are the implementers, we are the innovators, we are the people who are supposed to translate the skills that we have, the resources that we have, to ensure that we can buy Kenya and build Kenya. So we are the key personnel that are supposed to be implementing this particular vision. The lapse and the gap is because there's a time within the 10 years that we didn't have a board for more than 3 years. And this also depreciated the growth of our country. So it is very important that our board is put in place. Our regulations are quickly enacted and passed as law in the Parliament, for us to be able to penetrate this Kenyan economy and industrialize our country.
I'm very, very humbled and pleased to have been invited here, because I'm the one who moved the bill until it was enacted into an act in the year 2016. And this is humbling, that, and I'm very, very happy to see that since the bill was enacted, the membership has grown, because that bill was actually responsible in bringing forth the Kenya Engineering Registration Board. And that board has registered. It was creating a home for the technologists and technicians and the craftspersons. So that board has now registered 15,000 members. And as the president said, there would even have been more, except that there are times when there is a lapse, because 3 years, it means that in the 3 years, nobody was registered. Yet we have so many graduates who have graduated, and they ought to have registered during that time. So I want to join the president in saying that indeed a board needs to be in place so that we have more engineers registered. So having the professionals registered, I also want to call upon the industry that use the professionals. This would avoid the collapse of buildings, because whoever is being taken in as a mason, or maybe an electrician, wiring electrician, should be somebody with a certificate to identify that that person has the right skills. And it would be possible for the board to reprimand such a person.
I will also request the government through this, that if this country has to develop and achieve that Vision 2060, which is now on to come, then we must put a lot of effort and promotion on the TVET sector. The TVET sector can only be promoted properly if we create a ministry of TVET, so that we isolate Tibet from education. Why I'm putting this is that if you look at it, education is the one which most politicians concentrate on. And therefore, they forget that no country can develop without Tibet. And unless we do that, we are not going to go anywhere else. And even that vision will go without achieving anything still. All these countries like Southeast Asia, they realize that, and that's why they put Tibet and the SMEs in front, and they spend a lot of money and time promoting those two sectors, and we need in Kenya to do that. We have undergone very many problems which we have encountered previously, but I think we have reached where we need to concentrate on the implementation. And I would also urge that the engineers should behave like other engineers in other countries, whereby engineers work together with the technologists, because you can't work, you cannot isolate. And this isolation is the one which has made a lot of problem, and you hear about building falling down, that is a problem. In fact, at one time, as I mentioned, we didn't have a board. Why? Because the minister who was in charge, in the Ministry of Education, even I went to his office, and he said that we don't need Tibet. These are people who failed, they should go to be farmers. That was a problem, and even he stopped even appointing the board. He wanted the board to be abolished completely. But luckily, the present president, and I must tell you, maybe some of you don't know, is the one who made Tibet to be known.